Hi, and welcome to Anne's Family Recipe. Today I'm participating in an open collaboration with Mandy from Mandy in the Making and Jen from the channel Cook, Clean, and Repeat. And all of us are sharing a What's for Dinner video. So it's Monday night and I'm making a Southwestern Skillet Pie. It's sizzling over here in my skillet on the stove. I've got some ground turkey, some corn, black beans, kidney beans, a jar of salsa, and some spices, and a little bit of cheese too. And in a couple minutes I'm gonna top this with some homemade biscuits and then bake it in the oven. So it's a nice one skillet meal. Okay, so there's my homemade biscuit topping right on top, and there's pepper jack cheese mixed in there. So they're gonna be so yummy and gooey and cheesy. And I'm gonna have a full recipe video for this, hopefully coming up in the next week or two, so you can stay tuned for that. This is the finished product. And back here, it kind of fell off. Where is it? Over there. I put a little dollop of sour cream on top too, and my husband put some hot sauce on too. You can fix it up the same way you would a bowl of chili. It is so tasty. It's Tuesday, and I'm gonna walk you through my whole dinner tonight. So I'm having chicken paprikash, which is loosely based on a Hungarian dish. It's little chunks of chicken in a creamy sauce. It has sour cream in it with a lot of tomatoes and onions. Really good and super easy to make. And then you put that over egg noodles, and we're gonna have some steamed broccoli on the side. Super easy, but really delicious. The first thing I'm gonna do is take care of my broccoli. So I have a whole bunch here that I just washed and dried. I'm gonna chop it up into florets, and then I'm just gonna steam it in the microwave. It's so easy, really quick for a weeknight. And you can also roast broccoli, which we absolutely love in our family. And I actually have a really easy recipe tutorial video for that, which I'll link in my description box below. But it's kind of nice not to have to turn on the oven at all for this meal. So microwave steamed broccoli it is for tonight. So just like you would add a little bit of water if you were cooking broccoli, like frozen broccoli in the microwave, I'm gonna do the exact same thing with my fresh broccoli. So I'm just gonna add a couple little splashes of water, maybe like 2 tablespoons, cover it almost completely with saran wrap, and then pop it in the microwave just for about 5 minutes. You got your steamed broccoli. Next, I'm gonna chop up a whole yellow onion for my chicken paprikash. Next, I'm gonna dice up my chicken breasts. The original recipe calls just for about 1 pound of chicken or pork tenderloin. This is way more than 1 pound, but what I like to do when I'm cooking a meal like this, where you prep the chicken first and then incorporate it into a sauce, I'm just gonna make a bunch and then not put all of it into the sauce, because sometimes I have 4 kids, if you didn't know, ages 6 and under, almost 7. My son's birthday is next Friday. Anyway, sometimes they don't want to eat what I cook for dinner. That's the bottom line here. So I like to kind of make each component separately, and you can kind of add it as you go along. So my oldest son, he's a little more adventurous of an eater now, which is awesome. So he's probably going to eat the whole finished dish. But my younger daughter and son probably will not. So I'll just have little chicken bites for them that they can eat along with the noodles and the broccoli. So I have about a tablespoon of olive oil in my skillet here over about medium-high heat, and I'm just gonna add all my little chicken bites. And then I'll add some seasonings. So a little bit of salt, some garlic powder. Usually about 1/4 teaspoon is the equivalent of 1 clove of garlic. So I use like 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon. Some paprika. And some black pepper. And then I'm just gonna stir this around until it's cooked through. My chicken's all finished cooking, so I removed it to a separate bowl, and I'm going to saute my onions in a little bit more olive oil, just about over medium heat until they're softened. Then we'll add in some diced tomatoes in their juices and a little bit of water to kind of create a sauce for our meat. And then we're finishing it off with some sour cream. So it's been a few minutes and my onions are nice and soft and a little bit golden brown around the edges. So now I'm just pouring in one 15-ounce can of diced tomatoes in their juices. And then I'm also gonna fill this can about halfway with water because it calls for a half a cup of water. We'll add that in and then bring that to a simmer and add the chicken back into this mixture. So now the whole meal is kind of coming together. My sauce is coming up to a simmer and I've had a pot of boiling water behind me for a while. It's giving me a nice little facial back here. So now we're gonna add some egg noodles to it. And the recipe calls for 8 ounces, which is half of this massive bag. But I like to have a little bit extra on hand because I'm sure my kids are gonna eat these like for lunch throughout the week. So I'm gonna make, I don't know, maybe about 12 ounces or so. So we'll finish up this bag and then do a little bit of a second bag back here. And these cook, I didn't even check, 5 to 7 minutes. So that's perfect actually. I'll set the timer for about 6 minutes and at the 5-minute mark, I'll press start on my microwave so that the pasta and the broccoli will be done at the same time and we'll have dinner. I am gonna add just a little bit more paprika into my sauce for that nice red color and the extra flavor too. And then I'm gonna add about 2/3 of my chicken back in, because like I said, I'm gonna leave some of it out for my kids who don't want it in the sauce. Ooh, and all the juices. Okay, and then the finishing touch is about a half a cup of sour cream. Give or take. My pasta finished cooking, so I just drained it using this super cool silicone strainer that my husband got me for Christmas in my favorite color, purple. But you can see it just kind of clips onto the edge of any pot. And then if you just hold it steady, just make sure it's kind of popped out because the heat will kind of suck this back. But if it's popped out, it drains it perfectly. It is so handy to have. I don't have to wash my big colander. So all the water's gone from here. I'm gonna add in couple tablespoons of salted butter. You could use unsalted butter too, but you might want to add some additional salt too, just for some extra flavor. And now we're gonna bring all the dinner together. So my chicken paprikash dinner is ready and I'm just gonna give it a quick taste. The chicken's super flavorful. This is awesome. I love this combination of the tomatoes and the onions. And you know what? It would be really good. I didn't have time to go to the store today because I thought of this morning, but it'd be really good with some sauteed mushrooms too. This is a winner. Andrew thinks it's a winner too. You can hear him in the background. I'll put this full recipe in the description box below in case you're interested. Hello again, it's Wednesday and I'm preparing one of my all-time favorite summertime pasta salads for dinner tonight. Now this is really versatile because you can eat it warm or cold. So this is kind of like my what's for dinner / what I'm gonna eat leftover for lunch tomorrow, straight out of the fridge. For this recipe tonight, I'm filming a full-length recipe tutorial video, so that should be posted for you next week. So subscribe to my channel if you want to see that. So here's all the veggies that I cooked up, the zucchini, tomatoes, and garlic with some seasonings. Smells absolutely incredible. And to this I'll add my pasta and some diced up ham and goat cheese and we're in business. And here's the finished dish. Looks and smells ridiculous.
I wanna see it, Mommy. I wanna see it.
You want to see it?
Yeah.
Watch my video. What do you think, Boo Boo?
Good.
Yeah, it is really, really good. Happy Thursday! Today I'm making a really fast and easy dinner because tonight is my daughter's preschool graduation. I don't know about you, but this week, this whole month really, has been absolutely insane. May is ridiculous. There's so much going on with end of the year activities, and this week, my son got an ear infection and possibly strep throat, so he's been home from school for 3 days. Preschool's over until the ceremony tonight, so my daughter's been home. It's just been like running around like crazy. Oh, I accidentally damaged my car, so now we're driving a rental car around town, so I had to like swap all that out. There's always something, isn't there? But anyway, we're keeping it quick and easy tonight. Unfortunately, I can't grill it even though the thunderstorm actually held off outside, but we ran out of propane. So I'm making some kabobs with sausage, pineapple, onions, and peppers, and we're gonna put them over rice, and I'm just gonna broil them to make it super fast and easy. So the first thing I'm going to do is chop up this beautiful pineapple here, and this may sound weird, but I washed and dried this before I chop it up. You want to do that with any of your produce, like think watermelon, cantaloupe, pineapple, all those kinds of things. You're cutting through the skin into the flesh of the fruit, so you still want to wash it off so that you're not getting any dirt or whatever's on the outside onto your fruit. So I'm going to show you how I chop this up and then we'll put our kabobs together. Also, a quick tip for picking a good pineapple is that you want to smell it. This smells sweet and tropical, so it's ready to go. Next, I'm gonna dice up a red and an orange bell pepper into large chunks and also a small yellow onion. The last thing I have to do is chop up this pineapple and bacon chicken sausage. This stuff has an absolutely amazing flavor. I get mine at Costco, but I don't think this brand is exclusive to Costco, but this flavor is so, so good. I think they also have like an apple chicken sausage and maybe a spicy option too. I want to say there's something with maybe jalapeno or habanero. I try all the free samples at Costco every time, so it's all kind of a delicious blur, but this is what we're going with tonight. Okay, so all that's left to do is to actually thread our skewers with all our ingredients. Now, this recipe was inspired by my friend Fallon from the channel Moss Family TV. And just a couple days ago, she shared a video where she was making skewers very similar to this, but with a smoked beef sausage. And I thought this pineapple bacon chicken sausage would be an awesome little change up. And I already had it in my freezer, so that was easy. And she spread all of these, she like glazed them with the barbecue sauce. And I don't think I have any barbecue sauce on hand in my fridge, but I do have some like Asian barbecue sauce. This is hoisin sauce and then plum sauce. So I'm gonna mix these two together. They're both really, really good, and this will make a nice kind of Asian inspired glaze for my kebabs. So I have long metal skewers here. You could use bamboo skewers too, but you just wanna make sure you soak them in water so that they don't burn on the grill or under the broiler, whatever you're using. And I'm just gonna thread these, alternating the sausage and the veggies and the pineapple, and then we'll brush them with the sauce. And I have just a baking sheet here that I lined with a little foil and then sprayed it with baking spray just so it won't stick. Also, it's really easy cleanup. Okay, so I mixed my two sauces together. I'm just gonna use my brush to spread the glaze on the kebabs. Now Emma is requesting from the other room that she does not want sauce. So I think I'm just gonna spread this over about half. And I reserved half of it to heat up later so we can pour on at the end, especially since we're putting this over a bed of rice. Sometimes it's nice to have a little extra sauce you can kind of mix in with everything. All right, so my kebabs are all ready. I'm gonna broil these on low. I'm not exactly sure for how long, but I'll let you know how long it takes. And I'll probably rotate them throughout the cooking process. I wanna give the sausages a chance to cook through and the veggies and the pineapple to cook as well. I want the veggies to kind of soften. And then at the end, I might bump up the heat to high broiler just to kind of char the edges. We'll see how it goes. Oh, also, I wanted to let you know that behind me I just have a pot of water boiling, and I'm just gonna do super easy instant rice tonight, which you boil, it's like equal parts water and rice. You boil the water, you throw in the rice, you turn off the heat, it sits for 5 minutes, and you're done. Okay, so these are going in. Ooh, and my rack's in the middle. We'll see how that goes. I might have to move the rack up. We'll just play it by ear. Okay, so it's been like 5 or 6 minutes, and I did end up moving the rack up just to expedite the process a little bit. Ooh, these look really good so far. So now I'm gonna use my tongs and attempt to flip these over. Okay, there we go, kind of. This is like the hardest part. Okay, I'm gonna pull these out so I don't lose all the heat from the oven. And I'll flip them up here. Okay, so here's the finished product. Took about 10 minutes total, so 5 minutes on each side with my broiler on low, and my rack was up near the top. I never actually cranked the heat up to high, which is good because I think things would have just totally burned and not cooked through. These look absolutely perfect. Can't wait to dig in. I just drizzled on a little bit more of that mixture of the plum sauce and the hoisin sauce. and I am so excited to try this one out. Thank you so much to Mandy and Jen for creating this awesome playlist of What's for Dinner videos. This was such a great collaboration, and I have gone to Mandy for many a recipe in the recent months. Her smothered pork chops and her cracked out chicken tater tot casserole are my top two that come to mind. They're amazing, but I can't wait to see what everybody else has to share. If you like what you saw on my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and you can follow me on Instagram at Anne's Family Recipe. Thank you so much for joining me here in my kitchen, and I'll see you again soon with some more family recipes.